message for Meghan and Harry and Queen's first outing since Oprah interview. The Queen's first outing in nearly 5 months carried with it a meaning that might not be lost on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Today is a very good day for two adorable puppies named Fergus and Mike, pronounced Mick. Not only were they recently adopted by the Queen and given some particularly spiffy digs to call home Windsor Castle, but now courtesy of the Royal Australian Air Force they have two bespoke Rough Dog jackets coming their way. Overnight their owner undertook only her third event outside of the 1,000-year-old castle she has called home for since the COVID-19 pandemic began, swaddled in something affectionately dubbed HMS Bubble. Well, aside from the months in summer when HMS Bubble decamped north to her Scottish boat hole Balmoral so she could get about in tartan. Taking to the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, CWGC, Air Force's memorial in Surrey for a short service, the Queen proved she had not lost her regal touch when it came to her exemplary pastel hat game or making charming small talk with grown men on their very best behavior. At one stage she asked an RAF officer if they were being sent off to chase the Russians, to which he replied, "That's correct, Ma Am, it's a lot of fun for us. Hear that, Vladimir?" While the outing, her first public appearance in nearly 5 months, represents the world inching closer to a resumption of blessed normalcy, back when royal engagements were gloriously dull and the most outer thing a Windsor would willingly do in front of cameras was accidentally insult the Scottish or fall asleep during the Highland Games. The world, the royal world included, is profoundly different now. As the Queen thanked the Air Force with her signature restraint for her pooch's new coats, this engagement carries with it far more weight and meaning. Because today marks the 1-year anniversary of Harry and Meghan, Duke and Duchess of Sussex's first day of freedom, their first day on Civvy Street, the first day they were no longer officially royal and nor were they bound by palace strictures. Now, while the timing of Her Majesty's military excursion was entirely coincidental, it is impossible to ignore the implicit symbolism of her visit in relation to the Sussexes. Let's start with the most obvious aspect, which is that while the monarchy might currently represent a bastion of whiteness and unthinkable privilege, it is also inherently bound up with the Commonwealth. During the 94-year-old's 69-year reign, the last remnants of the empire have been rightly dissolved and replaced with the voluntary union of nations that is the Commonwealth. Comprising 54 nations, it represents 2.4 billion people, 94% of whom live in Asia and Africa. The Queen's lifelong, steadfast commitment to this organization is one of her greatest legacies and is a poignant reminder of what Harry and Meghan could have accomplished. Given the drama and the sturm and drang of the last month, it could be easy to forget that barely 2 years ago, the sovereign tried to help her grandson and his wife by offering the embattled duo the chance to dramatically reimagine their royal roles and to even move away from the UK. In April 2019, reports first surfaced that Buckingham Palace was considering a plan for the Sussexes to set up home in Africa. The thinking was simple: they would be able to escape the UK while still serving the Crown, a perfect balancing act of regal deference and service and personal happiness.